First of all, thank you very much to invite us, to have us here on stage. We are very proud to be here and present our solution, or our idea, let's say. We are a very young team. We are not that experienced, but we do have experience in insurance and IT, and we are very enthusiastic regarding the blockchain. So today we're going to talk about the cell phone insurance, and the first slide goes to why we picked up this the cell phone insurance as a use case. So first of all, we believe that insurance is naturally decentral. So, and with this use case, we easily or possibly can cut the middleman as an insurance company from the process of risk coverage. How we do this? We do it with insurance community, and Jonathan will explain in more details how we do this and how we're going to develop it, or at least we are developing right now. So this is our goal. The second is all about data. So data is very important for us, and for the cell phone insurance, for such use case, data is available, at least digitally available. If you provide us, or the customer provide us, the IMEI, then with this identification number, we can access all data about cell phone. Plus, we have some assumptions like in the near future, such services like glass damage detection or water damage detection will be available on the market, and we can use these services to identify and prove this is a claim. And the last but not least, of course, is the market. So the market is very huge, and it grows by 10% every year, and the potential addressable market currently is 27 billion in 2020, 27 billion US dollars. So the potential is very huge, and this is our addressable market. I will do an introduction to our team. So currently we are a team of 4 people. This is Jonathan, he's the product lead. He has more than 10 years experience in insurance industries. Myself, Eugene, is a business developer, going to do a business development. So I also have experience in insurance businesses, plus banking businesses and IT. We do have 2 more people. Unfortunately, they were not able to come here. Alexei, he lives in California. He's our main architect. And we have Valdemar, who is based in Zurich in Switzerland. He was a blockchain engineer. And now I will hand over to Jonathan, who will explain in more detail our idea, our strategy, plus where we are currently and what are the next steps. So Jonathan, stage is yours. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eugene. First of all, yeah, from me again, thanks very much that we can speak here. We're a pretty young project. The idea we had is not so young. It's basically around a year, 1.5 years. We thought about the insurance should be decentral, completely decentral. It should be basically community-based, and it should be middleman free. So this is basically the main idea. We thought about different use cases. As Eugene explained, we thought that the best use case at the moment is the mobile insurance for basically the obvious reasons that Eugene just explained. And yeah, I want to tell you a little bit how we implement that and how we want to proceed with the project, because basically what we think is we will not build a community in one day or in 1 week or in 1 year. This will grow. The most important part is to get customers as soon as possible on the expense of basically less decentralization. So you have to do a better job with these t-shirts. We're the only ones with the t-shirt. But yeah, that's cool. So basically, what do we want to do? We think of the product in basically 4 key insurance processes that need to be implemented and that can have different scales of decentralization. So for the underwriting, it's pretty easy in this use case because basically the premiums are pretty low. The market is very transparent. We can derive a price very easy, and we can also identify the insured object and the insured person very easily. So what we're going to do, we take the EMI and we start with the market price, and we will learn with the customers. And basically, I believe that our infrastructure will be much cheaper than the market's infrastructure. That's how we believe we can meet the price. Then the good thing is when we are at the blockchain, there is basically the blockchain provides itself the proof of identity. So we can basically use the current infrastructure to feed that into our system, and we can with this also easily approve the or map an Ethereum address, a person, and prove or track the ownership pretty easy. That is important when it comes to the case of theft. So the difficult part is the claims management. How do we judge a claim? And the goal is to basically involve the community into basically all business processes, but first of all also in the claims management. So the job that the claims regulators do, at the beginning we will have claims regulators, but we think with the growing ecosystem and the growing acceptance of blockchain basically in the industry, we believe we find a solution in which we can decentrally judge claims. So I think I said a lot about that one. So basically, at the beginning, we think underwriting and proof of identity. These two areas we can decentralize a little bit, and we believe with the growth of projects, especially like EtherRisk, we get to this full decentralization. So interesting things we got to know like a few months ago, and that was the picture that we had in mind, and basically I think that's more or less the picture that you also have in mind. So what where are we now, and what is next steps? We don't have too much time, so we work on the prototype. We have a written concept on these 4 areas, and we are attending several conferences. We are in contact with several projects like that to basically do the business development. Our technical team, which actually is mainly the architect, is working on the prototype, and this is basically what we need, like to go to the first go live. We need a risk carrier that is also able to provide us with the first solution of the claims handling. So it's able to provide us people that can judge claims, because we cannot decentralize that at the moment. We want to do that in the future, but we cannot do that right now. And then the main focus that we want to have is community building and basically growing the ecosystem, and we will discuss how we can do that together and how this all fits together. So that's a short summary. It's time for decentralization.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We have time for one quick question, if anyone wants. Please just stand up and shout.
Sorry to mention this already. Your product, did you start it from scratch? Did you run some kind of benchmark based on the existing products now of the big insurance companies, that's the terms and handling the premium, the scope of customers. Did you start with this kind of benchmarking, not like it's already existing, or you just went?
So just let me repeat the question. The question was if you are starting from scratch or if you are benchmarking any existing products in that space.
Well, obviously we looked at several projects that are doing similar things. We don't see the same use case. There's something like in Germany, it's called Schutzklick. They do something similar. It's basically a website which is not decentralized. We did the market research, and that's from where we started.
Thank you very much. So, without further ado, we come to our next speaker. Thank you guys. Again, a warm hand for Protchain.